Hello out there in YouTube land. I'm Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Appreciate the ongoing support in the comments. Today I'm going to do a very short special video for one of my subscribers, Darius Gann. And his question was, could you give a little insight on the type of amplifiers that you use for studio work and gigging? What are some of your favorites? So I'm going to do that. But before I do that, let me just do this. I did a video recently on songwriters, more tips. And I talked about ghostwriting. And what I failed to mention, because I kind of didn't really go into the total detail of it, this is how ghostwriting works. Someone comes to you and they say, I like this composition, I would like to battle for you, and claim it as my own. Now, there's risk involved on each party's part when you do this type of a deal. And here's the scenario. Someone comes to you and say, hey, I heard you got a good song that could probably put me on the top of #1 hit song. I give you $5,000 to $10,000 for it. And if you agree to that, what you have also done was null and void any future royalties, because now this song is technically someone else's and you can't claim any type of part on it. So there's a risk involved. The person that's giving you that kind of money is not 100% guaranteed that it's going to be a hit, but they're willing to take a risk to pay you that kind of money. Now, here's the other scenario. You take the deal and the song, and then again, you null and void all your rights from that point on. The song becomes a #1 hit and it sells like 3 million copies. So now the person that bought it from you made a couple of $1 million off of it when they paid you 10. So, that's kind of the risk that you take, on both sides, because it's risky on both sides. But, sometimes it works out for everybody, So I just thought I would kind of expand on that because I forgot to mention that. But getting to the video at hand about studio amplifiers and gigging. I've only basically used 3 types of brands of amplifiers my entire life. Fenders, Roland chorus amps, and Marshalls. I really haven't used a lot other than that, because when it works, you don't have to try to fix it, I recommend Fender amps because they are very durable and they give you a really nice, crisp, clean sound. And I recommend Roland because Roland has a really nice, unique chorus sound to their amplifiers. I bought my Roland chorus amplifier at the pawn shop, and I went in there, I seen it, wanted to have it because it's a collector's item. And the guy told me that it didn't work. He gave it to me for $10. I'm like, okay, I can fix it. I take it home, it works. So I don't know what happened with that situation, but I got a $300 amplifier for $10. And my first experience with Marshall amplifiers is I had a gig. And for some reason, I think I left my amp, or I was in a hurry and I didn't get a chance to bring all my equipment because it was a last minute fill-in for another act that canceled out. So the guy from the previous band that was going on before us on stage, he let me borrow his Marshall amp, and it was a little tiny thing, and that thing kicked. Marshalls make some very good amps. So basically in the studio, I use a Fender amp, and sometimes I use a Roland chorus amp. As far as gigging, I usually use Fender because they're very reliable, they're very durable. I've only had really one bad run-in with amplifier brands, so to speak, and that's PV. PV was some junk. Me and my bass player had a PV amp, and before the end of the year, neither one of them worked. When PV was kind of, I guess they call themselves trying to pattern themselves, or follow behind Fender, which was just hilarious because they couldn't touch Fender. So, after that, I didn't buy any more Fender PV amp products. But people always ask me on my YouTube channel, what amplifier do I use? And I simply tell them that I don't use any amplifiers. I use a DOT FX effects unit, and I run it through my system, and that's how I get the sounds that I get. I've only used the amplifier twice the entire time I've done all my videos. And one of them was a bass cover from a group called Ambrosia. The name of the song was called Living on My Own. I just thought I would try out the amp to see if I can get some more bottom, but it really wasn't that big of a difference. And then the second one was Cool School, Make Up Your Mind. I did a guitar cover, and I used my amplifier. But other than that, I don't really use my amplifier for my YouTube covers. But as far as, again, the amplifiers for gigs, highly recommend Fender. You can't go wrong with Fender products, whether it's amplifiers or guitars. And Roland either. Roland makes some very good product. I love their keyboards, and the amplifiers have always been very durable too. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. And until next time, take care.